Hello, good evening. Um, how are you? Okay, I think we have taken enough break from the code box contextual proof attempt. So we'll get back to it because what happened was I was watching this YouTube video lecture series regarding Riemann zeta function. Um, uh, Euler Riemann zeta function, and then it was good. I mean, it wasn't quite, to be honest with you, it was not inspiring to me, but at least it gave me break from this approach. So when I using different department of the brain, so yeah, so it gave me a good break from this. Okay, so now this is kind of fresh systematic enumeration method. So Riemann zeta function, like Euler Riemann zeta function, yeah, it was too algebraic, and so I listened to the lecture on the YouTube. It was good, but not quite inspiring. Okay, so that's why it gave me plenty of break from this approach. So it helped, alright, in different way because yeah, indirectly. So um, we'll keep doing this approach, not the Riemann zeta function way, because that's too technical, and I understood some part of the lecture, but I didn't want to study too closely because it's too technical. So, and I don't want to do too much mathematics like that. So, we just continue with this approach, okay? So, um, so we are looking at epsilon minus p triangle, okay? Why is it triangle? Because we don't care about negative numbers, right? We only care about positive numbers. So what we have here is we have complete coverage of even integers and complete coverage of prime numbers, odd primes, okay? And the content of this matrix is even integer minus primes, okay? So that's epsilon minus p triangle. Now, each column give us complete coverage of odd numbers, right? Odd integers. I'm sorry, my eyes kind of looks very strange. Do I have something in my? Yeah, I didn't fight. It's not like black and blue. No, took a long nap. Okay, so okay, so each column give us complete coverage of odd numbers. Okay, and so number one, it starts when the even number here is one more than this prime number. That's when it starts as one. Okay, and from one and down, it gives us complete coverage of odd numbers. Okay, now we are asking this question: does there exist an even number epsilon where all the numbers entries, positive numbers, they are strictly composite numbers? Okay, is that possible? If not possible, well, that's the proof of good box conjecture. Okay, so that's our approach. Okay, and uh, as number gets bigger and bigger, okay, well, first of all, we need to remember this. Each column give us complete coverage of odd integers. Okay, 1, 3, 5, 7. Okay, so and some odd integers are primes, and some odd integers are composites, right? Now, we're asking this question, is it possible to have only odd composites in a given row? If so, that's the disproof of Goldbach's conjecture. Okay, so okay. All right. So, as number gets bigger and bigger, prime gets rarer and rarer. So what that implies is that uh, down the road, there'll be a column such that the next starting one is like farther down because the height of this block. So you start from one here and start from one third rows down, 3 rows down, 1, 2, 3, 3 rows down. Okay, so before this next one appears in the next column, the height of this partial rectangular matrix, this rectangle, it corresponds to the half the size of the prime gap. Okay, prime gap 6. That's why height is 3. Okay. So, as number gets bigger, prime gaps, they become bigger too, right? Yeah. So, as number gets bigger, prime gaps, they tend to increase, and then you'll have bigger rectangles, but because there are infinite number of primes, right? One will appear at some point. Okay? Yeah. Okay. And when that one appears, it can renews, right? Because we know primes are very dense in the small numbers. Prime gets rarer and rarer, right? When number is very big, then we don't see many primes. There are infinite number of primes, but they become very rarer, right? But when numbers are small, they're quite dense. There are a lot of primes, right? So, as even integer gets bigger and bigger and bigger, right? Yeah, this is incorrect. Okay, this c minus g1, and this is like okay. So the difference between two adjacent numbers, it correspond to prime gap, basically. Okay, so yeah. Let me turn off my heater. Okay, it's getting too hot. Okay. By the way, granddaughter of President Trump, she's beautiful. Okay, yeah, she's brown, but she's very beautiful. It's just that because Ivanka Trump is blonde hair, I wish she married a Caucasian man so that their children would be have blonde hair. Okay, because blonde is like gold, right? It's very rare. Blonde hair, very rare. So, yeah, that's why I don't like the marriage between Ivanka Trump and Mr. Jared Kushner because Mr. Jared Kushner he's not Caucasian. Okay, he's Jewish. He's Middle Eastern. Okay, so I didn't like that marriage. All right, because if Ivanka Trump married a Caucasian man, then their children would have been blonde hair, and blonde is very rare, right? So, yeah, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Okay, their daughter is beautiful. Okay, yeah, that's all. Okay, let's not get distracted. All right. So, and don't get me wrong. If you're mixed race, if you're mixed race, are you mixed race? Oh, I have nothing against you. Okay, you are beautiful people. Okay, so don't get me wrong. Um, yeah. Okay. So, for such epsilon to exist, well, let's look at the other whiteboard where numbers are bigger. Okay. Yeah. So basically, during the lecture, YouTube lecture about Riemann zeta function, yeah, it was kind of boring. All right. So I started looking at this. Okay, so that's why it kind of helped. This is totally different approach. Okay, from mainstream mathematicians' way of doing it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, um, each column give us complete coverage of odd integers. Okay. So, and as you can see, each column have some starting point, right? Starting from one, and then it give us each column give us complete coverage odd integer. All right. So, and as numbers get bigger and bigger, uh, primes become rarer and rarer. Okay, meaning because the beginning part of this triangle, they are fairly big numbers, right? Because one started way up there, right? So it is conceivable that if numbers get big, very big, okay, then yeah, there'll be a lot of composites here, right? But on the right side of this triangle, they are still very young numbers, small numbers. Okay, so they are more likely to have primes. Okay, and but as number gets bigger, the prime gets gaps they become bigger too. So uh, like here, you have prime gap of 8. That's why length is the height of this rectangle is 4, and then you end at 7. So, but when prime gap is like, let's say prime gap is like 100, then the ending number here will be like let's see, like it will be like 99, right? Okay, and all the numbers will be more than 99. So when prime gap is 1 million, let's say prime gap is 2 million, okay, or 1 million, whatever, and then the ending number will be 1 million minus 1, okay, and all the numbers in that row will be more than 1 million minus 1, okay. All right. I'm trying to see whether such epsilon is possible or not. So if you are dealing with very big numbers, and these numbers are so big, it will be very long array of numbers, each of them very big, and so it kind of become more likely that it's possible, more likely that they are all composites. Okay. Yeah. So I started watching that Riemann zeta function because I needed some inspiration and more information because I felt like I'm not quite making any progresses. That's how I felt. So if I feel that again, then I will learn more mathematics and come back. Okay. All right. Sounds like a good plan. Yeah. Okay. Let's take 5 minutes break. Okay. So, all right. Interesting. Okay. 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 Yeah. So I didn't quite understand the Riemann zeta function lecture. I mean, kinda did about 50% or more or less. It wasn't very inspiring, but it gave me a break from this approach because it's just different part of the brain. It was very algebraic and mathematics. What we do here is very more intuitive approach. Not much algebra, calculus, but Riemann, this Euler Riemann zeta function is actually Euler function, Euler's function. Mr. Riemann studied that for Euler's zeta function. It's Euler's zeta function, okay? I don't know why they call it Riemann zeta function, but yeah, whatever. But it was made by originally Euler, okay? So too much calculus, okay? So that's why I didn't want to study too much about that. But it gave me a good break, which is good. So now this feels fresh to me. Okay, good. So it helped somehow by giving me a break from this approach. Okay. So next column, it's kind of sliding down by prime gap, okay? But they are identical, okay? They are all, each column is complete set of odd integers, okay? It's just sliding down by the prime gap, okay? Next, prime gap, okay? That's how much it slides down. And when number is very big, it will slide down quite a bit, right? So we are talking about the very last row of if such epsilon exists, where entire row is composed of all the only odd composites, then it's better be kind of later row in this rectangle, okay? And one of the implication of the prime number theorem is such that prime gap increases, it goes to infinity, okay? So, but very slowly, all right? It's like slower than linear, something like n over log n, something like that, okay? So, but it goes to infinity, okay? Okay. Then this rectangle can have height of like 1 million, for example, all right? So you start with 1 million minus 1, when prime gives 1 million, okay? Uh, and all the numbers will be bigger than that on that row. Or it could be 1 trillion, right? Then all the numbers starting from 1 trillion minus 1, all the numbers there will be bigger than 1 trillion. And what's the biggest number in that row? Well, that's a good question. Well, it be some very big number. So your biggest number, then minus 2, minus 2, minus 2, okay, it goes like that. Okay, okay. Minus prime gap, first prime gap, minus second prime gap, all the way, okay? Uh, So prime gap is like this, okay? Prime gap does increase, but it can't increase like this. Prime gap, it go up and down, okay? So, and according to twin prime conjecture, it says there will be always twin primes. There will always be prime gap too, okay? So, uh, they proved it until prime gap like something like 256 or something like that. Some, yeah. It's Polignac conjecture, okay? So, but they do tend to go up, and wow. So we have complete coverage of even integers, right? And then that even integer minus one, that's how it starts. And then minus two, minus two, minus two, minus all the prime gaps, okay? Uh, okay. So obviously this even integer should not be some prime number plus one, okay? Then, because if so, then you have odd composite, right? So, okay. So you have odd composite minus prime gap minus next prime gap. Okay. Ah, boy. Each column having complete coverage of odd numbers. You're just sliding it down. By how much? By the prime gap divided by 2. That's how much you slide it down. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the what I'm thinking is this, because each column contains complete coverage of odd integers, right? And some odd integers are primes, some sorry about my hair. Some odd integers are primes, and some odd integers are odd composites. Okay, I'm sorry about hair. Okay, you have to forgive me about that. I like this black hair actually. I don't dye my hair. All right, it's naturally black. Yeah, I'm brunette. Kind of funny to say about Asian males. Yeah, black hair. Okay, so um, I kind of like the way it look. All right, so all right, so as numbers get this even number get bigger and bigger. All right, it contain more number of odd numbers, right? So it will be probabilistically speaking, statistically speaking, it will be very difficult. Probably probability will be very low. It will be improbable that all these odd integers would be odd composites. They were very improbable, intuitively speaking, right? But at the same time, as numbers get bigger, prime number get rarer and rarer, right? So, and the smallest number will also get bigger and bigger, right? Because prime gap it goes to infinity, right? Yeah, but still, so it's kind of racing game, race, two people racing. Um, what are two actors who's racing? Um, the probability, the density of primes as number gets bigger and bigger, prime get rarer and rarer, right? But at the same time, as even integer get bigger and bigger, as you go further down, lower, lower, lower in this triangle, there will be more and more numbers in a given row. So yeah, the probability of finding on prime number will get smaller and smaller, smaller, right? At the same time, the number of numbers will be get bigger and bigger and bigger. So they may cancel out each other. Okay. So that's what I'm thinking. Okay. So yeah, probabilistic thinking, it kind of help. Okay. So Professor Erdosh, I think he was correct. Okay. At least conceptually, it does help. Right. Okay. Yeah. By the way, we proved, we had another proof that the number of primes are infinite. We use Chebyshev theorem, right? You have n, 2n, between n and 2n, there is at least one primes. So, okay, then between 2n and 4n, at least one prime. Okay, between 4n and 8n, at least one prime. Okay, so there are, that's why there are infinite number of primes. Okay, so but probably that's the easiest proof there is to prove that there are infinite number of primes. Okay. Hmm. Okay. I took a very long nap, so not sleepy. So epsilon rho, where in this entire row is all only there are only odd composites. If it exists, it will be some lower part of this rectangle. Okay, at least it should start with 9 or higher. Okay, 9. It will start with 9 or 15. Okay, because those are the smallest odd composites, right? So odd composite sequence, yeah, 9, 15, 21. Those are odd composite sequence. Okay, so you start with some of that, and then it will end with epsilon minus 1, right? And then epsilon, next number, epsilon minus 3, epsilon minus 5. Okay? Yeah. But because the difference between two objects, not odd numbers, that prime gaps, right? Yeah. Okay. Because we want to drive some kind of contradiction. If we assume such epsilon exists, okay, you have epsilon even number and epsilon minus all these primes, they're all odd composites. Okay, there's the contra Goldbach's conjecture. If we can derive some contradiction there, that's the proof of Goldbach's conjecture. And if we prove the existence of such epsilon, that's the disproof of Goldbach's conjecture. Okay, so okay, all right. Let's take 5 minutes break. Okay. Do you think I'm pretty? Guess what? Being beautiful is all an act. So President Trump said some people are born beautiful. No. Beauty is an education. You can learn to be beautiful. It's about acting. Okay? It's about the way you do your hair, costume, your gesture, your facial expression. Okay? Beauty is a performance art. If you learn how to act beautifully, then you become a beautiful person. Beauty is an acting. Is learned skill. You learn to be beautiful. It's an art, performance art. Okay? And it has to be discipline as well. You do diet and exercise. And you do your hair. You go shop, nice clothing. Okay, so beauty is a learned skill. So that's why anybody can be beautiful. Okay? So President Trump, he is very ignorant man. Okay, that's why I'm running against him. Okay, I am running for president. I'm a candidate, official candidate. Okay, so you can vote for me. My name won't be in the ballot because I will never get past the primary. Okay, but you can vote for me. You can write down my name. Okay, then I'll be your president. Okay, so yeah. President Trump, he doesn't really understand things. He got some wisdom, I get it, okay, but he's very, very ignorant, okay, so what can I tell you? I can only tell you the truth. Ah. All right, we'll take 5 minutes. Okay. So I'm not asking you to vote for me. Okay, if you vote for President Trump, that's fine by me. If he get reelected, yeah, he will be also my president. Although I'm not gonna vote for him because it's democracy, right? Yeah, we have to respect the law, right? Yeah, he will be my president as well. Even if I'm not gonna vote for him, all right? Will I vote for myself? I think so. I think I think I vote for myself. So I probably get one vote. Me voting for myself. It'd be interesting. Ah, yeah. Anyway, epsilon, huh? Epsilon hypothesis, epsilon conjecture. So hypothetical even number where epsilon minus all primes, they're all composites, odd composites. It's not very likely, right? But we can imagine it's conceivable that exists. If we can prove that, there will be disproof of Goldbach's conjecture, okay? And if we have some contradiction, then there will be proof of Goldbach's conjecture. Alright, so. Okay. Okay. So you complete set, each column, complete set of odd integers, which contain both primes and odd composites, and then um, next column, it slides down half of prime gap, right? Okay. Yeah, we can come up with some algebraic formula, okay, for this ij element of this matrix, uh, using prime gap. Okay, so half of prime gap slides down by half of prime gap. That's the way it slides down. Okay. Uh, Shoot. And that's where it starts as one. Okay. Uh, yeah. Let's not be lazy. Let's come up with some formula, huh? Okay. I mean, yeah, there are different ways to express this ij element. We got some before, right? Yeah. Epsilon ij is 2i minus pj, right? Yeah, but we can come up with a different formula, right? So, okay. Um, let's bring up our brand new whiteboard, okay? Okay. Somehow this whiteboard is like mostly empty, all right? So, okay. Okay. Well, let's look at this together, okay? Let's look at it together, okay? So, the way it slides down, okay, you have this prime gap 6, right? So that's why the height of this uh, rectangle is 3. Prime gap 6. 6 divided by 2, 3. Okay? Alright. I mean, who does mathematics drinking vodka, man? Really? I'm the worst mathematician there is, really. Okay. But without vodka, I would not be doing mathematics. No. Because it gets very boring, alright? Yeah. Maybe some Russian mathematicians did mathematics drinking vodka. I don't know. Okay. So Mr. Perelman is Russian. Okay. The reason why he rejected all these medals, like mathematical awards, is that because he thought some other mathematicians that he learned from, they did deserve some share of that Poincaré's conjecture proof. So he didn't want to receive all the honor when all the other mathematicians that he learned from, they didn't get any award. So he was opposing because of that. Okay, so if somebody give me mathematics award, I'll take it. Okay. When I was young, yeah, I did not like receiving awards, but nowadays, when I was in the army, yeah, I took all the awards they gave me. Why? Because I was able to handle it. Okay, I didn't get overly arrogant after receiving the award. So it took me some time, but when I was young, yeah, I rejected awards. All right, when I was in high school. Okay. More on that later. Okay, because I didn't want to be part of the institution, something like that. But nowadays, I'm grew bigger and better, so I can handle awards. I have no problem receiving awards. Okay, so because I have matured, so yeah. But I understand people rejecting awards. Okay, yeah, because it's like if you are bigger than institution, then you can absorb it, right? But if you are smaller than institutions, then to protect yourself, yeah, you have to reject it sometimes. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I understand people refusing awards, right? Sartre refusing to receive Nobel Prize, and I understand. Okay, so prime gap, half of that. That's the sliding down. Okay, okay. So IJ, I is the row, J is the column. So J's prime gap. That's where you start with one. Okay, so okay. So prime gap 2, 2, 2, 4. When prime gap is 4 between 7 and 11, let's see what happens. Let's give it some index to help us. Okay. Alright. So prime gap, first prime gap is 2, 2, 2, and then uh, fourth prime gap is 4. Okay. Alright. So that's why you're sliding it down 2, because 4 divided by 2 is 2. Okay. Let's give prime gap. Okay. 2, 2, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 6, 2, 6, 4, 2, 4, 6. Okay. So we are interested in sliding, right? So you have one, 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 and then it slides, okay? When prime gap is two, okay? The one happen in the next column, all right? When prime gap is four, one happens not the next row, but next row, okay? So that's what we are interested in, all right? We'll do step by step, okay? So because this Riemann zeta function, their approach, they failed for 250 years, okay? They couldn't solve this gold box conjecture problem, okay? Even Euler, even Riemann, all right? Even Hardy and Mr. Hardy, Mr. Littlewood, even Mr. Ramanujan, Srinivasa Ramanujan, top-notch mathematicians, okay? They could not prove or disprove gold box conjecture. So this Riemann zeta function, it didn't quite work. So we are trying different approach, okay? Uh, because they couldn't solve this Riemann, I mean, Goldbach's conjecture, making use of Riemann zeta function. Okay, they failed, right? So we don't want to repeat their failure. And Riemann zeta function is too difficult to understand, so I don't want to learn it. I did watch that lecture, and it was too technical, so I just didn't pay too much attention. Okay, so but I appreciate what they do, but we're taking different approach. Okay, so that we don't repeat their failures. All right, because they failed. Okay, they failed to prove this. Okay, so we have to take different approaches. Okay, we don't want to repeat their failure. But lecture itself, yeah, it was very educational. Yeah, it was good. Okay, I appreciate what they do. All right. Yeah, it helped. Okay. All right. Yeah. So in general, if you want to solve a problem that other people could not, you have to think outside the box. Why? Because other people, they use the same method, old school method, right? Traditional majoritarian mainstream methodology. And if they have not solved this problem for a long time, obviously that methodology doesn't quite work. Okay, you have to think outside the box. You have to take a brand new approach. You have to be creative. Okay? in general, in the invention, business, mathematics, science, wherever. Okay, so that's what we're doing here. What I'm trying to figure out is that this matrix, I want to figure out formula for it, ij component. Okay, yeah, we got this formula before, but I want to express this in different way. Okay, using some prime gap. I mean, we have prime gap here, but I want to express this ij component in this matrix, two-dimensional matrix, in a different way. That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. Because each column contains complete coverage of odd numbers, positive odd numbers. Okay, we need to figure out where this one starts. Okay, in this matrix. That's what I'm thinking. It has to do with nth prime gap. All right. Yeah. Let's take 5 minutes break. All right. Yeah. We want to express this ij element in this matrix, two-dimensional matrix, using prime gap. Okay? Because we know the height of this rectangle is half of the prime gap. Okay, so yeah. Let's take 5 minutes. Okay? Yeah. Okay, we are back. Uh, so if you are here, most likely you are my friends and families. Okay, yeah. Well, thank you for your support. Thank you for being with me. Okay, so, or maybe you are some random strangers. I don't know who you are. All right, everybody's welcome here. Okay, yeah. You and I may have some disagreement. Ideologically speaking, it doesn't matter. Okay, we don't discriminate. Everybody's welcome here. Everybody. All right, so we don't discriminate. All right. Everyone welcome. We are very tolerant. I hope you are too. Okay, so yeah, it's okay to disagree. Okay, disagreement, respect. As long as you respect people who disagree with you, we are cool. Okay, it's about tolerance, diversity of ideas, and okay, okay. So yeah, I listened to this lecture about this Riemann zeta function, and it was somewhat inspiring. Okay, somewhat, just a little bit. Okay, okay. So, uh, sliding down. We'll continue this tomorrow. Okay, so uh, sliding down by what prime gap divided by two. All right. Okay, and okay. Given column is plus two. It's complete coverage of odd integers, right? So okay. Uh, epsilon ij. Okay, so that's like all right. We have to find this coordinate for this one guy. All right. Yeah. Two-dimensional matrix. All right. So when the prime gap is four, it slides down two. Four divided by two. When prime gap is six, it slides down three times because six divided by two is three. All right. So okay. Yeah, we have to continue this tomorrow. Okay. So we got task list. Okay, we got the next project. Okay, express this ij component in this matrix in terms of prime gap, nth prime gap, right? Jth prime gap. We'll continue this tomorrow. Okay, why? I gotta sleep, right? I'm yeah, alcohol, yeah, vodka. It really helps sleeping. It relaxes your muscle. I learned that from my friends. Okay, yeah. And I gotta get back to work tomorrow. Okay, so to pay the bills, electricity, this house mortgage, everything. Okay, so to buy food. Yeah, I gotta get back to work tomorrow. So we're gonna have to continue this tomorrow. All right. So okay, let's put this behind us. So yeah, after the previous recording, I watched my movie. I really liked how it came out, right? Yeah, it was a good movie and very impressive. And I realized why so many big time film festivals had to reject my movie because it was too offensive, especially to Christians, right? It's Christian theme movie, so it's like pro Christian and anti Christian. So I guess the big film festivals they're risk averse, right? If you're very rich, you have too much to lose, right? So if you're very rich, famous, powerful, you're risk averse. You have, because you have a lot to lose, right? So yeah, uh, I guess that's why they refused my movie because rich people they're risk averse because they have a lot to lose, right? So they want to err on a safe side. But small film festivals, uh, they are they are not that risk averse. Why? Because they don't have too much too much to lose, right? I guess that's why all the big film festivals rejected my movie, and small film festivals they're not as risk averse, so they accepted my movies. Okay, because they don't have that much to lose, right? So it's about small people helping out small people. Okay, yeah, I can understand that. After I watched my own movie, after previous episode of this human series, I could understand why they rejected my movie. Okay, it was too offensive to Christians, but the therapy for Metrophobia movie, it is very much Christian theme. All right, so uh, then why did I offended Christianity with all this profanity? Uh, because I wanted to connect with secular people. I wanted to speak their language, secular language. If you want to convert somebody to Christianity, you have to first communicate with them in their language. Right? Yeah. So that they like you. Okay? What I'm saying now is very humanology theme. Okay, it's about how people how it works among people. It's more important than Goldbach's conjecture proof. Okay, so if you wanna convince somebody, persuade somebody, okay, uh, you have to get them to like you. Then you can change them. All right. How do you get people to like you? You have to speak their language. All right, so that they understand you, they like you. Okay. At least you have to pretend. You have to act to give them impression that you are one of them. Okay. It's not a lie. It's yeah, it's kind of pretense, but no, not exactly. It's about love, right? Saint Paul said in Bible, "What's all this wisdom for? Knowledge. Love is most important thing." Okay, you're tolerating them. Okay, yeah. Humanology is all about love. It's not about hatred. It's not about violence. It's about peace. It's about education and salvation, making this world to a better place. Okay? Yeah. So you should learn to get along with people without being one of them. Okay? You should learn to get along with people without changing yourself, without being one of them. Okay? I'm not gonna get any tattoos. I'm not gonna engage in LGBT activities. No. But I get along with people with tattoos, piercings, sugar fetishism, LGBTism, or ultra intellectualism. Okay? I get along with them without being one of them. I'm not gonna have tattoos, piercings, sugar fetishism, or gayism. No, I'm not gonna do that. Okay? But it's possible that you can still befriend them. Although you and I disagree, I can still befriend you. Okay? It's not that I'm pretending or lying. No, I'm acting, performing. Yeah. So you have to get people like you, then because you tolerate them, even if you disagree, you pay the price. You tolerate the difference, right? Difference, you and I, we are different, right? The difference causes, originates, creates some negative emotion, pain, okay? And you suck it up. You tolerate the difference between you and somebody else, right? You listen, right, when they say things they don't like about you, right? Yeah, I smoke cigarettes, I drink alcohol. They say all these things, right? I'm Asian. Some people don't like Asians, okay? Yeah, I just tolerate what they say, okay? Just let it pass. You tolerate, right? Next, they will start to like you. Why? Because they realize you're not so bad, okay? So they say things about you, you just listen, you tolerate all those things that they say about you, negative things. You just suck it up, right? And they realize maybe this guy is not too bad, okay? Yeah, tolerance. Let them vent out all their feelings, right? And then they'll kind of feel sorry about saying all these negative things about you, right? And they'll warm up to you, okay? Yeah. Sometimes you have to voice out, okay? Yeah, the tolerance phase, you have to suck it up, you have to tolerate, you have to listen. But later on, yeah, there are times where when you have to voice out, okay? So raise some objections, okay? So yin and yang, tolerance and hard love, soft love, yin and yang, soft love and tough love, okay? You need both of them, okay? So sometimes you have to suck it up, listen to people when they accuse of you all these horrendous charges, right? But some other times you have to correct them. Some tough love. Okay, so yin and yang, soft love, tough love. Okay, you need both of them. Okay, so yeah. Okay, all right. I don't know whether I'm I I will prove this gold bus conjecture or not. I don't know. Okay, but I have faith with you and me together. I I believe that we can prove this. Okay, it's all up to God. Okay, whether He's going to give this gold bus conjecture proof or not, I don't know. Only God knows. Okay, but I have faith because I'm religious. I'm Christian. Okay, I believe that He may give this to us one day. If not me, maybe you, maybe somebody else. If we keep trying, if we never give up, right? So I put this in the back burner, okay? So yeah. So in this coronavirus situation, I still go to work. Why? Because I fall into some exception, okay? So minimum business operation, okay? So yeah, to keep up the inventory and stuff, okay? So legally, I can go to work, okay? 'Cause it fall into some exception, okay? So yeah, tomorrow I have to go to work, okay? Monday, yeah. How to express this epsilon minus p matrix as a component two-dimensional matrix using prime gap? Uh, we'll have to do it tomorrow, okay? Because I gotta go to bed, sleep, okay? Yeah. I sleep on this problem, okay? So prime gap divide by 2, and after that add 2, yeah. Sorry. Sliding down. Uh, okay. Huh? Just sliding down. Let's see where this goes. Oh. So, yeah. We continue this tomorrow, okay? Okay? We continue this tomorrow. Oh boy. Okay. I sleep on it, okay? I put my notebook, pencil right next to my pillow in my bed. Alright? I promise. Alright, so. Okay? Alright. I see you tomorrow, okay? Thank you. Good night. Bye. Be safe, be good. God bless you. Thank you.